A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Today is Sunday, February 13th, 2022, and I'm bringing you a video that happened right in front of my house. And this video demonstrates how badly the feds want this area and want me out of the way so that they can sell their drugs in our neighborhood. This is their neighborhood of choice for drug dealing. So I'm bringing you this video and I'm going to explain it to you as I go. I'm going to show you what happened and explain it to you as it happens on the video. But when I arrived home Friday after Juma, after coming from the prayer, there was a Fed let me show you, sitting in a Jeep, this Jeep right here from Jersey, a white Fed. He was sitting in his Jeep. So he became all alert when he saw me walk up. Okay, this guy here just pulled up. This was timed. This guy here just pulled up right after I got on my second step going into my house. So now the attempt was to have me feed into their drug dealing scam. It was supposed to look like they was dealing drugs in front of my house. And they wanted me to feed into this evil. They had neighbors across the street. This car here was a witness. This car here was a witness. They had the witness from the degenerates across the street. They was all lined up in the window across the street in the yellow house. They had neighbors down the street watching, waiting for me to feed into their ignorance. But once I saw how obvious what they were trying to do. Now this guy here, he's trying to make it look like he's passing drugs to this lady in the car and she's paying him some money. When in actuality, she would be a witness in case I fed into the madness that they had plotted for me. Okay, now he goes over to the other witness across the street. This is a witness over here, and he hands her a bag to make it look like he's passing some drugs off to her. Now she pulls off. He wants it to look like he's passing drugs to her. Now the Fed is sitting in this Jeep. Now watch the Fed pull off. Once I go, there's the Fed pulling off right there. Once I get into my house, I shut the door. It was just so obvious that in my mind, something said, don't feed into this, man. This is an obvious setup. It's obvious what they're trying to pull you into. So, I just videotaped it. And the minute the Fed pulled off, the neighbors from the yellow house across the street, they bailed out. They was all over there ready to witness anything that jumped off had I fed into it. They was all witnesses. The degenerates across the street, the drug runners down the way who was sitting on the front porch, the lady in the car right in front of my house, and the lady across the street, they had their witnesses lined up waiting for me to feed into their madness. But Allah protected me. Thanks to Allah, He had me to see and understand what was happening. But the idea was they want me out of this area so that they can deal their drugs in this neighborhood. So what I'm going to do now, seeing that it has elevated to this level, I'm going way over their heads now. No more police departments. No more police departments. We're going to the people who can actually handle this situation. This is a serious situation with government employees trying to deal their drugs in our neighborhood, and I'm the monkey wrench in the matter. I'm the only monkey wrench in this matter. I'm throwing the biggest monkey wrench I can throw in this matter, because as long as I'm here and alive, they are not going to deal any drugs in this neighborhood without me getting involved. But I know when to get involved. So I'm going to show you the video after I stop my vocal point making. I'm going to show you exactly what happened. When I walked up, the Fed was sitting. It was a white Fed from Jersey sitting in that Jeep in the house next door to this house, waiting for me. As I started to go up the steps, the guy, the homo in the blue car pulled up and went to the car that was sitting next door to me on the other side and started handing her packages. Right? Now, if they wasn't on drugs, they maybe could think a little better and could pull some shit like this off. But the feds is on drugs, the homo is on drugs, probably the people across the street on drugs. They all want this to be a drug dealing neighborhood. They are trying to make this a center, a focal point for their drug dealing in this city. And all the houses I'm going to point to are houses where the feds people are. They're drug runners, they're drug dealers. They are all in this video. All the people, all the houses that the feds have access to on this block. All those people was here that on Friday. They was waiting. And then here's the kicker. On Saturday, yesterday, all the drug runners that had ran out of this neighborhood, once we started putting them on YouTube, they took off. At one time, you could not find a parking space on this block for 3-4 blocks away. Their drug dealers was lying all around this area, When I started putting them on YouTube and started talking about the life sentences that we are going to get them, they started moving out. You should have seen the U-Hauls that was pulling up on this block. I mean, now you can park. You got parking spaces. You got parking spaces out in front of my house now, across the street, across this street, across the other street. All those people that was running drugs for the feds, most of them moved out. But Saturday, they was all back. They had expected me to be gone, to have played into their BS, and they expected me to be gone. They was ready to continue their drug running. May Allah, we're going to try to get them all. We're going to try to get them all. I'm going to send this license plate to someone who can track this Fed down, because if they can get him, I believe he can lead them to other people who are involved in this drug dealing scam on this block and in this city. So it's good against evil. It's good against evil. And if they had any sense, they would know that evil can never defeat good. Evil can never defeat good. So this is to call attention to what the FBI is doing to try to lure me into some of their crap in order to remove me so that they can continue their drug dealing in this neighborhood. All those big tractor trailers that those 18-wheelers that used to pull up, and them 18-wheeler tow trucks that used to pull up in front of 880 and 882, you don't see them anymore. You don't see them pulling up no more since I exposed that this is how they are moving their drugs out of this neighborhood. Why would they all of a sudden stop? And the guy who I sounded about putting him in jail for life, you don't even see him anymore. This was a drug dealer's resort. This was their main central area right here, 42nd and Ogden, where they moved the majority of their drugs in this city and beyond. So we have struck a nerve with the feds. Now they're going out the way to try to lure me into something. So for those of you, all you churches, all you people who I have contacted regarding what is happening in our neighborhood, on both sides of Lancaster Avenue, from Girard to Market, no, this is what's happening in this neighborhood. They want to deal drugs out of this area, and we have to stop them. And if we stop these people, you have done some major damage to the drug dealing in the city of Philadelphia. You would have done some major damage to the drug dealing. And a lot of people will live because of this. And God will bless you.
I can't complain, baby. I'm hanging in there. I can't complain. What do you think? That's why my car looks like it did.